Evil dies tonight!
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes.
Even if they beat you 99 times out of 100, that still leaves...
One time.
One time, yes.
I'll live forever!
Yes! Let it be known, okay? Nobody beats the Broncos 17 times in a row. Not the Chiefs, not the officials, not even the IRS. If the Seahawks traded with the Broncos 17 straight times, well, they might actually win that one. And since everyone loved to do those lists about all the things that had happened since the Broncos last defeated the Chiefs in 2015, I think it's only fair to do a list of things that have happened since the Chiefs last beat the Broncos. Stanford came back from 29-0 to beat Colorado. Boom, self-burn, you can't call me biased. The Houston Astros and the Arizona Diamondbacks advanced to the World Series. I turned 39. And as you can see from this photo, Patrick Mahomes got the flu real bad. Okay, that's it. Those are all the things that happened. People like short lists anyway. And if I can borrow from the Smashing Pumpkins, today is the greatest day I've ever known. Is actually Halloween. And that's the theme for today's episode.
Happy Halloween.
Listening to Dr. Loomis's description of Michael Myers is honestly how I have felt about Patrick Mahomes during this relentless tormenting of my football soul by the Chiefs.
Blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
It's me, O.J. Mahomes.
Is the essence of evil. The more he kills, the more he transcends into something else impossible to defeat.
There's nothing inside that man but pure evil.
And now all I can say is,
Go home! Go to your house!
go to your house and rest up. You have the flu, buddy. No. Lay back down. You are ill, Pat. You are ill. The Broncos finally did not die first in this horror show and may now be the Chiefs' villains after beating them 24-9 in the best game in the history of America for all time. Hey, today's episode is sponsored by Football Head Coach. Are you like me and think you're better than 99% of the coaches in the NFL? Well, then build your own team with this new mobile game, Football Head Coach, which is a lot like franchise mode if you've ever dabbled in that. You build your roster by trading and collecting players. My coach is Sean Hackett. My team name is The New Worst. Our logo is a rat because we're gonna snitch on all the cheaters, just like a certain college football team. Now, you just want to build the team to win the Super Bowl. Pretty simple. You got to start with a low-ranked squad, but I was lucky as heck to get Tyrod Taylor, my favorite underrated quarterback, and the best blocking back on earth, Craig Reynolds. Now, even though I could easily build a gritty team, patiently train them into better rated players, I know money is how you win championships, so I loaded up on some gold and bought some mega elite gold packs. Boom! I got A.J. Brown, Hi T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Quinn Miners, and holy crap, I got Mr. Unlimited himself. Yes! How crazy is that? As a Broncos fan, this is perfect. I adjusted my offense and defense to favor the pass a little bit, and then simulated a game and beat my opponent 87-0. Oh my God. Now I know how the Dolphins felt. Very, very good. Football Head Coach is an NFLPA licensed game with real players, and the competition gets harder as you improve your team. It's a bit addicting, and probably the only way I'll see my guys in the postseason. So download the game with my link below or use the QR code on the screen to get started with Football Head Coach. Patrick Mahomes did have the flu in this game. To which I ask, if Mahomes was so good, wouldn't he have simply not gotten the flu? I don't think I've ever seen Russell Wilson even sneeze.
I heal quick. I don't know if it's Wolverine blood or what.
And if Russell Wilson had the flu, he would have high-kneed on the airplane until that flu turned into more lean muscle mass.
And then for the next 4 hours, doing high knees and work on my legs and everything else.
I would like to apologize to these two nuns who showed up to the Broncos game in full Chiefs nun gear. I am being told, sadly, they no longer can serve a Lord who betrayed them. Weird, because yesterday was the day I started believing in God. Yes! Suck it!
Let's go!
I don't even know who I want to suck it, but everybody needs to suck it! I actually started believing on Thursday when I made my game pick. Stand up or hit that like button if you are in the 3%. No, actually hit that like button if you're not in the 3%. The Broncos jumped out to a 14-3 lead in this glorious game. A 10-play drive featuring a healthy dose, a strong viral load of Javonte Williams.
On a 2nd and 5, leads the way. Williams knifing his way inside the 5.
Did you say knifing his way into the end zone? And one bomb to Jerry Jeudy, who did indeed make a grown man catch for 39 yards here. Jeudy finished the drive 2 plays later with a bobbling touchdown catch.
Ninja. Yes, I'm using the word ninja.
Great wide receiver uses every part of his body to complete the catch, including his face. Courtland Sutton had the grab of the game, in my opinion, a 23-yarder that drew pass interference, but Sutton just, with his pure strength, willed that ball into his possession. But those 3 plays by Jeudy and Sutton accounted for more than half of Russ's passing yards. That was Judy's first touchdown, Javonte's first touchdown of the season, and Jaquan McMillan's first pick of the year.
Okay, man, it's gonna get you.
The Broncos games are anomalies, but more importantly, the Denver Broncos are the anomaly. This is a team that in the same season gave up 70 points to the Dolphins and also became the first defense to hold the Chiefs to 0 touchdowns since the Titans did it in 2021. Russell Wilson threw 3 touchdowns in this game on just 12 completions. This is how the game went for the Kansas City Chiefs, if you recall. Patrick Mahomes had the flu. Denver defense had the vaccine. Travis Kelce was sad. And Mahomes could not rise from the dead to kill the Broncos.
He stopped breathing. No!
Mahomes had the flu. The Chiefs settled for a field goal. Travis Kelce was sad because his girlfriend was on tour, and Mahomes could not get back up. Mahomes had the flu, and a side effect of the flu, interceptions, and Kelce was definitely sad, and Mahomes could not rise from the dead to kill the Broncos.
What do we do?
We fight.
There was a series at the end of the first half that had me convinced, though, that Denver was going to choke this game away. I tweeted, let's start the Stidham era, because Russ was taking sacks, missing throws, holding onto the football, and showing the situational awareness of a toddler. Like when I'm trying to talk to my wife about something important and my 3-year-old keeps saying, Daddy, 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 until I say, What, dear? And she responds, crickets, they don't bite, right, Daddy? Crickets aren't mean. That's my Russell Wilson analysis. The Chiefs kicked a field goal, then Denver punted after Russ took one of his 6 sacks in the game. Broncos defense, led by Baron Browning, strip sacks Mahomes in the red zone. Also, Russell Wilson could take another sack 6 plays later and fumble the ball back to Kansas City with 9 seconds left in the half, just enough time for Butker to blast one down the gooch to cut Denver's lead to 5. Russ has to understand that situation instead of asking Sean Payton about fucking crickets. KC turned the ball over 3 times, and Denver watched their lead dwindle from 11-5. Needless to say, those horrifying events started triggering my Chiefs PTSD.
And they give it to the up back and he won't get it.
Defense keeps KC in check, and then this happens to the offense.
The left pass is tipped and incomplete.
Okay, I just knew Influenza Mahomes was going to rise from the ashes like the University of Phoenix and get the win. Denver came out after halftime, though, put together a clock-sucking drive, 13 plays, 55 yards, 8.5 minutes, all for Russ to take another horrible sack on 3rd down, which then, oh Jesus, Justin Reed times the snap perfectly, blocks the 38-yard field goal attempt. That long-ass drive for nothing. Reed, by the way, is a true triple threat. Plays safety, kicks field goals, and blocks field goals. But that was the end. That was the end of my pain and my torment. After 7.5 years, I was born on October 29th, and I was reborn on this glorious day because Kansas City punted 7 plays later. I've watched the Broncos play Mahomes a lot, and that was the first time he was gifted the opportunity to take the lead and not seize it. We all bitch about the calls the Chiefs get, but in reality, it's probably not much different than any other team. The difference is they always destroy their opponents with those extra attempts, those extra opportunities. Not on my birthday, not against the Vance Joseph coach defense, because 2 series later, the Broncos scored their 3rd touchdown of the game, which was set up by newly acquired Chief Mecole Hardman, who the Jets gladly traded back to Kansas City. And the Hardman trade is the equivalent of texting your ex while drunk, and then she's actually desperate enough to oblige and come over. This muffed punt was the Chiefs waking up next to that ex the following morning and feeling nothing but regret. Probably need to take a trip to the pharmacy if you know what I mean, Kansas City. And then the Broncos defense stops Mahomes on 3rd and 2. Gotcha. And again on 4th and 2. Watching Mahomes not pick up 2 yards against the Broncos is like watching Andy Reid ask for a veggie burger. You just don't see it happen. And then we witnessed the greatest set of defensive plays anyone has ever seen. They were truly that powerful. If these plays had happened, say, on January 6th, no insurrection occurs. Right wing, left wing, come together to form eagle wings, and then we unify and soar to the heavens together. This is how you make America great again. This is how you yes we can. 3rd total turnover by Mahomes on the day. Those 3 fucking plays all happened in the row, by the way.
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
No, the boogeyman is dead. I do not fear him. 5 Kansas City turnovers, the most turnovers in a game for the Chiefs in 5 years. And nobody on planet Earth has picked off Patty Mahomes more than Justin Simmons. He's got 5 picks now. Almost 8 full years in the making. And a sack pick is the absolute best way for that streak to end. The Broncos haven't had a win worthy of me handing out the greatest award in sports history for quite some time. But today, I am bringing back the Big Dick Player Award, and it is going to my game wrecker, my I don't care if Mahomes is more contagious than Aaron Rodgers after a raw dog spit-sharing hippie concert, Baron Browning. He returned against the Packers, and having Baron Browning back on defense is a godsend. He gets the award. He blew up that shovel pass early that forced Kansas City to settle for a field goal. He strip-sacked Mahomes in the red zone in the 2nd quarter. 3 total quarterback hits. He got the final sack on Mahomes that set up that desperation pick on the next play. He improved the Broncos' weakest area on defense and was a game wrecker in his 2nd game back this season. And the stadium played the Chiefs off to the tune of Shake It Off by one Taylor Swift, which is a song I also think should be played in every men's bathroom at the urinals on loop. That's just a reminder to shake it off. And no, lay back down, Pat. You're tired. You need your rest, Pat. Sit the fuck back down and get some rest. And that's it! That's the best game in America of all time. The Broncos finally end their losing streak to Kansas City. Thank you for giving me the greatest birthday present ever, Denver.